Hey Wanderers, welcome back to Wanderlust Ventures. Today, I'm taking you somewhere that's likely not on your bucket list yet, but it absolutely should be. We're heading to Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, a vibrant country on the west coast of Africa that's bursting with energy, history, nature, and culture. It's one of those places that feels raw and real, where you're not just a tourist, you're a guest. Ivory Coast is all about contrast. You'll find cities that move like a heartbeat, quiet villages where time slows down, and landscapes that go from beaches to mountains to rainforests, all in one country. It has something for every kind of traveler. The people here? Warm, proud, and passionate. The food? Bold and flavorful. The vibe? Totally unique. There's a rhythm to life in Ivory Coast that makes you feel connected. So today, I'm counting down the 10 must-see destinations in this beautiful country. Let's go from number 10 to number 1, and by the end of this, I guarantee you'll want to explore it yourself. Stick with me, and let's dive into the heart of Ivory Coast together. Number 10, Abengourou. If you're the kind of traveler who loves peace and deep-rooted culture, Abengourou is where your journey should begin. It's not loud or flashy, just calm, green, and full of tradition that lives in the people. The town is home to the Agni people and their royal heritage, and yes, you can actually visit the king's palace. What's beautiful here is how life flows slowly, like everyone knows there's no need to rush. You might walk into a local ceremony by chance. And the cocoa plantations? They stretch forever, filling the air with this sweet earthy scent you won't forget. Abengourou isn't trying to impress you, it just lets you feel something real. Number 9, Yamoussoukro. You don't expect the world's largest church to rise out of a quiet West African town, but that's exactly what Yamoussoukro does. The Basilica of Our Lady of Peace is so massive it doesn't even feel real at first, like something out of a movie set. But then the silence of the streets, the wide empty boulevards, and the sacred crocodiles by the palace remind you this place is different. People here don't hurry, and it rubs off on you. 1 hour in Yamoussoukro and you start to breathe deeper, think slower, feel more. It's a city that whispers, not shouts, and you leave feeling like it told you something no one else heard. Number 8, Korhogo. If you've ever wanted to feel culture in your fingertips, Korhogo makes that happen. You walk past a workshop and see a man carving wood, not for tourists but because his father did, and his grandfather too. It's raw, real, and full of life that doesn't need polishing. The Senufo people here are artists in every sense, and their energy is everywhere. You're not just watching traditions, you're walking right through them. Maybe you'll climb the nearby mountains, maybe you'll just sit in the market and listen. Either way, Korhogo doesn't just show you Ivory Coast, it invites you into its soul. Number 7, San Pedro. You wake up in San Pedro and the air smells like sea salt and grilled fish, and suddenly, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. This coastal city knows how to balance hustle with chill. It's a busy port, but the beaches feel like your own private escape. The waves roll in steady, and the people move with the rhythm of the ocean. You grab a drink from a beachside bar, watch kids play soccer on the sand, and everything just slows down. It's the kind of place where conversations last longer and sunsets feel like a show just for you. But honestly, once you feel the breeze here, you might not want to leave. Number 6, Taï National Park. Taï isn't just nature, it's wild, sacred, and older than memory. You walk into this rainforest and suddenly the world outside feels far away, like you've stepped into something untouched. The trees tower, the air is thick, and if you're lucky, you'll hear chimpanzees calling from the canopy. There's a kind of silence here that isn't quiet, it's full of life you can't see, but you feel in your chest. Guided treks take you deep into this ancient place, and every step feels like something special. You're not just a tourist here, you're a guest in something much bigger than you. Taï makes you realize how small we are, and how beautiful that can be. Number 5, Assinie. Assinie is where you go when your soul needs a break, not just a vacation, but a reset. The moment you step onto that soft sand and hear the waves, everything heavy just lifts. It's a favorite weekend escape for locals, and once you're there, you get calm lagoons on one side, crashing surf on the other. You can rent a jet ski, sip something cold under a palm tree, or do absolutely nothing and feel good about it. There's luxury if you want it, and simplicity if you don't. Assinie doesn't judge, it just gives. The seafood here tastes like it came straight from the ocean to your plate, which it probably did. It's not just a beach, it's a feeling you carry long after you leave. Number 4, Grand-Bassam. Walking through Grand-Bassam feels like opening an old book that still smells like its story. The colonial architecture is worn, but it's proud, each building holding pieces of Ivory Coast's past. Art lives here in the quietest, most beautiful ways, in galleries, in street stalls, even in the way people greet you. You can wander through museums, talk to artists, or sit by the beach with a drink and a view that softens your thoughts. Time slows down here, like the town wants you to actually feel your travel. And somehow, it always delivers something personal: a memory, a conversation, a moment that stays. Grand-Bassam doesn't just show you history, it lets you sit with it. Number 3, Man. Man is that peaceful mountain escape you didn't know you needed until you're standing above the clouds. Surrounded by green hills, waterfalls, and sacred forests, this town feels like nature itself is giving you a hug. The air is cooler, the views stretch forever, and every trail seems to lead to something magical. Whether you're climbing Mount Tankui or watching a Dan mask dance unfold in the village, it all feels sacred and alive. There's something quiet and powerful about the way tradition and nature live side by side here. Man isn't loud or showy, it just gently opens your heart without asking for anything in return. Number 2, Bouake. If you want to feel the heartbeat of everyday Ivorian life, you go to Bouake. It's not the capital, but it's where the culture shouts the loudest, in music, in markets, in the way people live. The central market is wild and wonderful, packed with spices, fabrics, laughter, and that hustle energy you can't fake. During the Bouake Carnival, the whole city turns into a celebration of rhythm and joy. There's a pulse here that grabs you, not in a touristy way, but in a "you're part of this now" kind of way. It's gritty, colorful, and full of personality that doesn't need permission to shine. Bouake might not have fancy attractions, but it has life, and sometimes that's all you really need. Number 1, Abidjan. Abidjan is the city that makes you feel alive the second you arrive: loud, stylish, bold, and full of soul. People call it the Paris of West Africa, but really, it's just doing its own thing and doing it well. The skyline rises over the lagoon, the food is spicy and unforgettable, and the music? It follows you everywhere. Each neighborhood has its own personality: Côte with its art, Plateau with its business buzz, Trikeville with pure street energy. By night, the city lights up with rooftop bars, Afrobeat clubs, and conversations that go till sunrise. But what makes Abidjan special isn't just how it moves, it's how it makes you move with it. This city doesn't wait for you, it pulls you in, and you're better for it. So now you've seen a side of Ivory Coast most people don't even know exists, and maybe, just maybe, it spoke to you. Maybe it reminded you that beauty isn't always loud, and magic doesn't have to be famous. And hey, if you're dreaming of travel that feels deeper than just sightseeing, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join me here on Wanderlust Ventures for more real-world journeys that mean something. Thanks for watching, for feeling this with me, and until next time, keep exploring with your heart wide open. I'll see you in the next one.